I kept hold of the carbon BMC Twostroke from our One Hardtail to Rule Them All video, and now I'm going to be putting it through Weight Weenie boot camp. My aim is to go under the 8 kg mark or lighter than this gravel bike. A lofty target, but will I manage it? Let's find out. Some of you may remember this bike from last year's video, but if you don't, here's a reminder. This is BMC's Twostroke 012, and as it is here, it weighs 9.29 kilograms without pedals. It's very nicely spec'd off the shelf, with a SRAM X01 drivetrain, carbon pretty much everywhere, including the handlebar, seat post and crankset, but I want to go lighter. Oh, so much lighter. Time to break out the spanners and get cracking. So the bike is finished and has had the full Weight Weenie treatment. Remember, the bike was 9.29 kilograms to start with, including the weight savings from the seriously light sub 1.3 kilogram Hunt carbon spoke wheels and Garbrook cassette I fitted for the last video. Ironically then, to get it under 8 kilograms, I have to lose the weight of those feathery light hoops. But surely you can't get a mountain bike wheel set that weighs much less than 1.3 kilograms, can you? Well, you can, as it turns out. A lot lighter. These wild creations from Pyrope weigh a staggering 951 grams, which astonishingly is lighter than the all-carbon Hunt hill climbing wheel set that Liam used on his specialised Athos road bike last year. Despite that ridiculous lack of mass, they're plenty strong enough for an XC race bike like the BMC. They feature 28mm internal width Duke tubeless carbon rims, lightweight non-plus hubs, and Pyrope's incredibly lightweight textile braided spokes. These are slightly different to the bird spokes I recently reviewed for another video, but the principle is very similar. They're claimed to be lighter, stronger, and more compliant. If you want to watch that bird spoke video, by the way, click up there to check it out. Wrapped round these magical wagon wheels are 2.2-inch wide specialised S-Works Fast Track tyres. I wanted something lightweight but still grippy, as I actually kind of want to be able to stay upright on this thing. Weighing just 572 grams, they saved nearly 200 grams over the Vittoria Barzos they replaced. That gives me a total weight saving of around 600 grams over the already stupidly light upgraded set that we had previously. Compared to the stock wheels the bike came with, I've shaved off nearly a kilo, which is frankly a whole new level of weight weenieism. Next up is the cockpit, and well, yes, the stock stuff was all carbon, but I reckon we could go lighter still. The German brand Schmolke are as weight obsessed as they come, so I've chosen the brand's TLO range for the handlebar, stem, seat post and saddle. Pray for my little bum, as that 88 gram bare carbon saddle with zero, and I mean zero padding, means it likely won't be thanking me later. The 740mm bar weighs just 99 grams, the extra light alloy stem is just 65 grams, and the seat post is a frankly ridiculous 114 grams. Compared to the stock own brand BMC kit, and this little lot will shave off a further 347 grams, so yet another chunky weight saving there. This means so far I've shaved 947 grams off the BMC, but I think I can do better. Moving on to brakes, and SRAM's level TLM brakes are actually not that bad and reasonably light, but when you're going light and exotic everywhere else, I may as well lean into it. Brakes don't come much more exotic than these Hope XCRs. The lever blades are carbon, the lever body itself is tiny, and they're just absolutely stunning. They're around 400 grams for the pair, so a lot less than the SRAM levels I've taken off. They should also be more powerful too, as they use bigger 22mm pistons in the caliper, and I'll be interested to see how they feel on the trail. You may think I'd go for a wireless drivetrain. Higher cost means less weight, right? But actually, mechanical systems are often lighter. There was nothing wrong with SRAM's X01 mech and GX shifter, but I swapped both to Shimano's XTR to shave a few grams. The Garbrook cassette from the last video stays in place though. For cranks, I've swapped the SRAM X1 carbon models for Raceface's Superlight Next SLG5 arms and a 34 tooth oval chainring. Swapping one carbon crank for another may seem a bit daft at first glance, but the weight saving of over 100 grams is not to be sniffed at. The weight savings here aren't as dramatic as elsewhere on the build, but every little helps in the race to drop weight. Right then, it's time to see just how light I've made this bike. Remember, I'm trying to get it under 8 kilograms and started at 9.29 kilograms. I also forgot to take off the bottle cage, which I've now taken off, so let's stick it on the scales and see how much it weighs. Have we got it under 8 kilos? Come on. Oh, we're so close. 8.02, so we're only 20 grams over 8 kilograms, so we haven't quite done it, but I still think that is ridiculously impressive for a hardtail. But the most important thing is, how does this thing ride on the trail? We come here to Ashton Court to see just how well this 8 kilogram hardtail performs out on the trail. I've set out a loop here of roughly 15 minutes, including some single track, some technical climbs and some descents to see how the bike gets on. So I'm going to hit it flat out, so let's get to it. My legs are really going to hate me after this, aren't they? Okay, here we go. First section single track. Oh, she feels fast. Oh my word. It's actually quite a nice amount of flex in the seat post and saddle, so it's not massively uncomfortable. This thing is rapid. So yeah, the tyres in these conditions are slippy. It makes climb so effortless, this thing. First proper big descent. Bike feels razor sharp to turn in. Not like a weight is really noticeable when you just flick it from one corner to the next. Bike's so much fun. It's actually quite a slack head angle actually. But yeah, the acceleration is unbelievable. It just gets up to speed so fast. Right, onto the BikeRadar climb. It's a little bit rocky here. Again, you kind of just feel tyres scrambling for traction, even with those low pressures. Woo! There we are, that's the rack for the test loop. So back in the warmth of our studio, and I'm sure you're all dying to know how the bike performed. In one word, it is rapid. Absolutely rapid. The acceleration is unbelievable. It feels incredibly fast to get up to speed thanks to those lightweight BikeRadar wheels and the fast track tyres. Where it didn't feel so confident though is in the grip stakes. I'm used to, and other cross-country riders are using, bigger 2.4 inch wide tyres, and you could certainly feel that out on the trail. The bike felt very skittery and loose on the terrain, which probably wasn't helped by the wet conditions, but I'd certainly want to sacrifice some weight in order to get some grippier rubber on there. Elsewhere though, the rest of the bike performed perfectly. The drivetrain was absolutely spot on, the Hope XCR brakes performed faultlessly, and the Cockpit actually held up really well, although there was quite a lot of flex coming from that saddle and seat post. Now, before you get into it, yes, I know we could have gone even lighter. I used the bike's stock lock-on grips and the stock SID SL Select fork. So we could have gone for foam grips and an even lighter fork to drop it truly under 8 kilograms, but frankly, we just ran out of time to get it all done. I do have some more plans for the bike though, so make sure you're subscribed to the channel to see what I do with it next. And if you want to see 2 other cross-country race bikes go head to head, then check out this video.